Good evening. Tonight we stand at the threshold of a pivotal moment in American history, a moment that will be remembered for generations to come. The Supreme Court has just delivered two unanimous decisions, each one echoing through the halls of justice and across the nation. These are not ordinary rulings. They represent a profound shift in how personal liberty is defined and protected in the United States. The focus tonight is on the Second and Fourth Amendments, cornerstones of our Constitution. The court's decisions go far beyond mere legal adjustments. They fundamentally alter the balance of power between the government and its citizens, reaffirming the rights that form the bedrock of American democracy. Around the globe, people are tuning in, watching as America takes a bold stand to reinforce its constitutional protections. In a world where change is constant and uncertainty is the norm, these rulings send a powerful message about the enduring strength of American values. What truly sets these decisions apart is the rare unanimity among the justices. 9 individuals, each with their own perspectives and philosophies, have spoken with one voice on issues that have long divided the nation. This unity underscores the gravity and clarity of the principles at stake. Such consensus is almost unheard of in today's polarized climate. It signals that the rights in question are not just political talking points, but deeply held values that unite Americans across backgrounds and beliefs. The court's decision reflects a shared vision of liberty and justice for all. The message from the court is unmistakable. Constitutional rights are not relics of the past, but living guarantees that must be protected and upheld. These rights continue to shape our society, guiding us through times of challenge and change. Tonight, we'll break down what these landmark rulings mean for you, your family, and the future of our nation. We'll explore how these decisions will impact daily life, from the way we interact with law enforcement to the responsibilities and freedoms of gun ownership. The ground has shifted beneath our feet. From police investigations to the rights of responsible gun owners, the legal landscape has been transformed. These changes will affect communities large and small, urban and rural, across the entire country. Stay with us as we unpack the details of these historic decisions, examine their immediate effects, and consider the new course they have set for American rights. The dawn of a new era is here, and its impact will be felt by every American. To understand today's Second Amendment ruling, let's revisit its origins. For centuries, Americans have debated, is the right to bear arms collective or individual? In 2008, the Supreme Court affirmed it as an individual right in District of Columbia versus Heller, and extended it to the states in 2010. Yet, legal uncertainty persisted, with a patchwork of state laws and court challenges. Today's decision in National Firearms Association versus FBI ends that ambiguity, establishing a clear standard for judging all gun laws. The court moves the conversation from whether the right exists to how it must be protected from undue government burden. This ruling promises to reshape gun policy for years to come. Alongside the Second Amendment debate is the vital question of digital privacy under the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth protects us from unreasonable searches, but technology has outpaced old legal doctrines. Landmark cases like Riley and Carpenter extended privacy to cell phones and location data, but a loophole remained: data held by third-party companies. The third-party doctrine, born in the analog era, left our digital lives exposed. Today's ruling in United States versus Digital Sentinel Inc. confronts this head-on. The court unanimously declares that using cloud services does not mean surrendering your right to privacy. Our digital papers and effects are now protected like their physical counterparts. The Fourth Amendment has been modernized for the digital age. This case began with a federal subpoena demanding a suspect's entire cloud drive, photos, journals, medical records, without a specific warrant. Digital Sentinel refused, arguing this was an unreasonable search. The Supreme Court agreed, your digital life is a virtual home, not a public square. Justice Sotomayor wrote, the government cannot bypass the warrant requirement simply because the front door is managed by a third party. Law enforcement must now obtain a specific warrant based on probable cause. The ruling ends digital dragnet searches and fortifies privacy for every American using cloud storage or social media. Our digital lives are now secure from unreasonable government intrusion. This case challenged the bureaucratic delays in processing applications for certain firearms. Plaintiffs argued, a right delayed is a right denied. The government cited the need for background checks, but the court found the process unacceptably burdensome. Chief Justice Roberts wrote, The Second Amendment is not a second-class right subject to indefinite administrative postponement. The court ruled that applications must be processed within a reasonable defined time frame, suggesting no more than 60 days. This decision sets a new standard for gun laws nationwide, focusing on fair and timely access rather than bans. Legislatures must now ensure regulations do not unduly burden the right to bear arms. The impact of these decisions will be felt everywhere, from the largest cities to the smallest rural towns. No matter where you live, the ripple effects will touch your daily routines, your rights, and even the way you interact with technology and government. Law enforcement must now show specific probable cause to access digital data, ending broad surveillance. This means that sweeping data collection without clear justification is no longer allowed, forcing police and investigators to adapt to stricter standards. Officers will need to build stronger cases before requesting access, and digital privacy will be more closely guarded than ever before. Privacy advocates celebrate a major victory, seeing this as a crucial step toward protecting individual freedoms in the digital age. Meanwhile, some in law enforcement worry about new hurdles, concerned that these changes could slow investigations and make it harder to prevent crime. The debate between privacy and security is far from over. On guns, states with restrictive laws face immediate challenges. Long waits and complex permits may soon be unconstitutional. This could mean that states will have to simplify their permitting processes, potentially making it easier and faster for law-abiding citizens to obtain firearms. For many, this is a welcome change, but for others, it raises concerns about public safety and oversight. Legislatures must overhaul gun control frameworks or risk them being struck down. Lawmakers are now under pressure to rewrite laws, balancing constitutional rights with community safety. The legal battles ahead will be fierce, with both sides preparing for a new era of court challenges and policy debates. Politically, the rulings energize gun rights supporters, who see this as a validation of their cause, and force new strategies for gun control advocates, who must rethink how to achieve their goals in a changing legal environment. The political landscape is shifting, and both sides are mobilizing for the next phase of the fight. Tech companies gain leverage to protect user data, and Congress faces renewed pressure for privacy legislation. As technology evolves, lawmakers must keep pace, considering new rules to safeguard personal information while addressing national security concerns. The relationship between Silicon Valley and Washington is more important than ever. For Americans, your digital life is more secure, and gun ownership processes may become faster and more uniform. Everyday activities, like sending messages, browsing online, or applying for a gun permit, are all affected by these landmark decisions. These are not abstract theories, they are real changes to daily life. Families, individuals, and communities will all experience the consequences, whether it's through increased privacy protections or new rules for gun ownership. The legal landscape for privacy and gun rights has been transformed, ushering in a new chapter in American law and society. The coming months and years will reveal just how deeply these changes will shape the nation's future. Legal experts see these 9-0 decisions as a powerful message. The court is countering the idea that it's just another political branch. Unanimity on guns and privacy shows that some principles transcend ideology. In the Fourth Amendment case, justices agreed that privacy must evolve with technology. In the Second Amendment case, all agreed that rights can't be nullified by bureaucracy. The focus was on due process and fairness, values that unite the court. By ruling on process, not bans, the justices found common ground. This trend toward consensus may be the court's most lasting legacy. These decisions provide clear, robust guidance for courts, lawmakers, and citizens. The court is speaking with one voice to protect the rights that define America. These rulings hand responsibility back to the people. Rights must be understood, claimed, and defended, not just by courts, but by citizens. It's now up to every American to learn what these decisions mean and hold officials accountable. Education is key. Teach your children, read about these cases, and know your rights. When your privacy is violated, or your gun rights delayed, you have new legal tools to fight back. Liberty requires active participation, support civil liberties, demand accountability, and engage in civic life. The court's unanimous voice calls for a more informed, mature national dialogue. The promise of liberty is now in your hands. These landmark decisions remind us that the Constitution is not a static document, but a living framework for ongoing debate and interpretation. Each generation is called to revisit its meaning, especially as new issues and technologies emerge that the founders could never have imagined. The Supreme Court has settled key questions for now, but history shows that new challenges will always arise as technology advances and society changes. The digital age, with its rapid innovation, brings fresh dilemmas about privacy, security, and the limits of government power. Courts across the country will now be tasked with interpreting what counts as a reasonable gun permit wait, or which types of digital data require a warrant. These questions are complex, and their answers will shape the daily lives of millions of Americans. Legislators, too, must craft laws that respect these new precedents. They face the challenge of balancing public safety with individual rights, all while navigating higher scrutiny, political divisions, and the possibility of legislative gridlock. The responsibility to get it right has never been greater. Today, December 4, 2025, will be remembered as a turning point, a day when the court modernized two fundamental rights, setting new standards for the digital era and for the regulation of firearms. The decisions in United States versus Digital Sentinel Inc. and National Firearms Association versus FBI will reshape our understanding of privacy and gun rights for years to come. These rulings will influence not just legal doctrine, but the way we live, communicate, and protect ourselves. The Constitution's remarkable power to adapt is on display, but its enduring legacy depends on us, the people. It is our duty to engage with these issues, to question, to learn, and to participate in the democratic process. We must strive to understand, defend, and wisely balance our rights, ensuring that liberty and security coexist for all Americans, now and in the future. The court has done its job. Now, the real work of citizenship begins, with each of us. Good night.